Hello, in this video I'm going to go over the dynamic encounters in case you're wondering where they are, how to do them, and what you can get from doing these activities. So there are three main dynamic encounters. One of them is in Stonefalls. If you travel to the Hrogar's Hold Way Shrine, travel east, and then there's a little bit of a cliff right here. You're going to drop off right where this little knob in the inlet here is, and this is where it spawns, pretty much right here. And when this dynamic encounter starts, you'll have to fish for some eel in the water, and then once enough eel are collected, then it will continue up the road this direction. And then there'll be several stops along the way. You'll have to fight some werewolves that come out. You'll be stopping here, and then you just follow the road essentially straight up this way. There will be several stops where you have to kill werewolves that come out, and then the final boss for the encounter will spawn up the hill here. And essentially you will end up right over here in front of this tent, and this is where the final boss will spawn. So there are several things you can farm specifically for this encounter. There are particles or fragments that drop, rather. If you look in the achievements and go to the recent seasons ribbon here and then come down to the very bottom, you can see there is a werewolf skill style. You have to farm bitten chewed bones. When you get one, you get access to the black color skill style. And then after that, there is an ashen werewolf skill style. And then finally, if you collect 10 chewed bones, you can get the white werewolf form. In addition to that, there's an achievement for doing 10 encounters, and then there's also a fragment that drops for the new mythic, the Prowler's Talisman. There is a mythic upgrade that drops from one of the encounters there, and you can get another gem from doing the Thieves Guild main mission. But there's an item that drops from the encounters, and then you can also get a fragment from the house from doing the encounters. I actually got the fragment, the last fragment this morning, and I explained that in a previous video how to get that. If you don't know how to get the house, I'll put the link of that video in the description for this video, so check that out if you're curious on that. But I will travel and show you where the other two dynamic encounters are and what you can collect from those two encounters. One of them is in Auridon. That one's a little bit trickier to get collected or activated. It's a really kind of a short one, and it doesn't move around a whole lot. And I've actually only caught it once, so I will show you where to go. Probably the best way to go is to go to the main way shrine here in Vulcangard. If you have the house like I do, then you can just port to the outside of it if you're not near a way shrine. Or you can use home tours to travel to that as well. But essentially, the little farm is right here. It is just south of Silsailen town here, and it's across the river. So I usually just put a little mark on it like this, and we'll run up here and I'll explain what happens in this encounter. So this is the location where this one spawns. Essentially, there's a big fire that breaks out in this little barn area here. and there's a bunch of horses that come out. So you've got to pick up buckets of water to dump on the flames. When you get to that stage, there's also horses that you have to corral over into this corral here. And then once you get through that, then the encounter is over, but it's pretty much all right here. It does not move around. And there's not really any collectibles to get like in the other one where the werewolf bones are. But that is essentially where you want to go for the second encounter. It's at the southern end of Auridon right there. And so now I'll take you to Glenumbra where the last encounter is, and that is the vampire hunt. There are skill style fragments that drop from that one as well, and then you can get a possibility of a drop for the Talisman as well. But we're going to go up here to northern Glenumbra. All right, so then we're going to just make a mark up this direction. So another thing is really nice is when these get activated, you'll be able to see them on the map. They have a really distinct icon that usually is not there. And for this one, it kind of comes down this way and runs south. So if you're ever in the area, you'll get an icon on your map. You'll be able to see that it's active, but essentially this is kind of where it starts, right about here. If you're in this general area, you'll be able to see it pop up on the map. But essentially, there are 2 NPCs that you have to protect while the vampires come out and attack them. And so that is essentially the 3 dynamic encounters. If you're curious on doing those, I just wanted to do a quick guide on how to get involved in them, what you need to do, what you can get from doing them, all of that. So that is basically where they are. If you're interested in doing them, that should help you out in getting them achievements done. This one is very similar to the first one that we showcased, the werewolf one. This one is basically just kill the vampires, and then you follow the NPCs and protect them. One little small thing I'm going to recommend is if you've not done this yet, go into your difficulty and turn it to Vestige for at least one time. With a bunch of people there, it's really easy to do. Even if you die a couple of times, it's not a big deal. But there is an achievement in here in the recent ribbon. It's called It Is As the Scrolls Foretold. And one of the activities that you need to do for Vestige difficulty is a dynamic encounter. You can see it right there. It's the 4th one down on the list. So just go ahead and switch that off for one encounter, and you can get that ticked off really easily. And if you've not done all these other ones, but at least the dynamic encounter will be fairly easy to do with a ton of people farming them. But I would say probably the most common one to farm is going to be this Stonefalls one over here, because there's also a recipe that you can get for a werewolf that's, I believe, probably geared for tanking as a werewolf. So you're probably going to want to just, once you've gotten all 3 of them done, maybe just farm this one and the one I'm at right now for the 2 skill style fragments. And then that other one is also going to have the ability to get the werewolf food. So if you thought this video was helpful or interesting, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I have a very large catalog of videos on the Elder Scrolls Online. If you go to my YouTube channel and go to the created playlists or the playlist tab, you'll be able to find all that organized content there. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.